I'm in the mood to make some videos, so I'm making another one. Back to back. I just fucking pressed unrecord, stop record? I don't even know on the last video, but I saw this in my watch later playlist. I spent $5 million so you can go to space for free. Shout out Mark Rober. If you don't know Mark Rober, I don't know what, either you don't really care, dude, he's a YouTube legend. I wanna see how many subs this guy's got. 68 million? Dude, I was thinking like 30 million. Holy mother of God. So yeah, if you don't know Mark Rober, you're tripping. I wanted to check us out. This is my watch later playlist, so let's watch, let's go.
This is essentially a 1.2 million pound, 22-story building being violently launched into space. And 35...
For those that don't know, I'm sorry, I went on too soon. I have been obsessed with space since I was a kid. So going into this, I'm a little bit of a nerd about this, a tiny bit. Obviously, this guy is a super genius. Especially compared to me, but I wish I had my boy T-Will here. He's actually going to school for engineering and aerospace engineering, the dopest shit. I wish I could have seen what his reaction would be to this, but let's watch.
Those 1.2 million pounds is something
I still love space regardless, so much.
3 years of my life creating, which is the reason right here that I'm trying my hardest not to lose my lunch. But if we succeeded, there would be a satellite in space that could wirelessly receive your picture from down here on Earth and then display that picture on a screen in space, where it would snap you an actual selfie over any location on the planet. And I made a secret promise, if we somehow pulled this off, I would make use of the selfie satellite free forever to anyone on the planet. But before I can make good on that promise, we need to reach two very...
This guy is literally a legend.
Was just escaping Earth.
Like literally.
With a successful rocket launch, where there's a million things that can happen, only one of which is good. And second, the satellite would need to boot up and transform itself into selfie mode, assuming it even survived the violent launch. Because if any one of the 7,836 parts that make up the satellite break, there's absolutely no way to fix them.
What did he say?
7,800 selfie mode, assuming it even survived the violent launch. Because if any one of the 7,836 parts that make up the satellite break, there's absolutely no way to fix them, which would mean I invested 3 years and $5 million with absolutely nothing to show for it. For milestone 1, the plan was to throw a giant watch party.
Mark is stressing me out, man.
At an airport a few miles away from the actual launch pad. My God! All right, right into literally ready for liftoff. What if that happens tomorrow as like launches happen?
And I think we gotta stick a camera on it and ask him to shoot for us, right?
This, by the way, is Tim Dodd, aka Everyday Astronaut, the rocket whisperer of the internet. And
wow.
I'd like to once and for all point out that in this clip, where he's talking to Elon about the Starship hot gas thrusters...
You don't even need a cold gas thruster system. You already have hot gas.
But this is only for the booster, right?
Yes.
Where Elon considers his suggestion on the spot...
Although arguably...
Wow, that's him? That's cool.
Might be wise to do this for the ship too. Oh, we're gonna fix that.
And then 7 months later...
Wow.
This,
I'd say that's like one of the biggest improvements that we've made.
that is Tim behind the camera, not me. Because it feels like stolen...
Wow, that's impressive.
Couple months when the internet mistakenly credits this exchange to me. How many of these have you seen here?
At Vandenberg, I've never seen one with my own eyes because it's always foggy.
Dang it! That's why they call it Foggenberg. And it turns out for the US government, all that fog is not a bug, it's a feature. Because one of the reasons they placed the base here in the height of the Cold War was because the persistent cloud cover would better hide the nuclear missile silos that were once placed here from all the Russian spy satellites.
Oh shit.
It's great for hiding stuff from the Soviets, bad for a live stream rocket launch. So there's a good chance tomorrow it's foggy and we see nothing. Like it would just be all cloud.
I mean, I'm talking where you can't even see, like, 100 feet in front of you, that foggy.
Wow. So after a bit of party prep, we headed over to the launch site.
This is a heck of a place to launch a rocket.
So Tim could set up a bunch of remote trigger cameras to capture some beautiful slow-mo launch footage. And once the sun went down, the rocket came up. So after a long day, we're all set up here. We just went through the run of show for the live stream. I think we're in good shape. It all just comes down to...
All I can think about is how much this equipment costs, man. Millions on millions on millions.
Big, massive rocket bounce house. No one's guarding the entrance.
Even the recording and sound equipment, like tens of thousands of dollars. It's crazy. Hundreds of thousands.
To infinity and beyond! Uh-oh, backside 76. How much is 76 inches in feet?
76 inches is equivalent to 6 feet 4 inches.
I'm good.
Nice.
Gotta go before we get in trouble. Alright, we're headed over to the launch site. I slept as poorly last night as I have in over a year. I'm very nervous. There's
No
just
kidding.
a lot at stake here. There's just so many things that could go wrong. Not just today, but as the satellite goes up, that just like that nervous excitement pit in your stomach that makes you want to jump for joy and
He's about to cry, bro. This is the coolest shit ever, I bet.
see your Vandenberg Space Force base, so it's a very good omen. And after meeting some of our first robotics volunteers,
What up, guys? Thanks for coming out. Let's do this. Let's do this.
and photobombing some selfies, Tim and I did a practice run through.
5 minutes. We're going out to start hyping the crowd up.
Welcome everyone to the live stream, to this launch, and switched on the live stream.
We're live. That's a big moment. We're live.
Woo, I'm feeling the nerves. Now, as a reminder, the rocket has 15 minutes to launch, catch the first stage rocket, and then make sure it lands safely, and then activate the second stage, at which point it can then push out all the satellites. And nailing that perfectly is the only way we avoid the million things that could go wrong.
God, dude, the amount of math and patience and knowledge and study, like literally, like it's obviously impressive. Like that's like an understatement, but it's ridiculous. It's mind numbing to me. Like sometimes I consider myself like a smart guy, especially amongst like day-to-day people. I definitely think I am, but these people are on a level that most of the people that are watching are not touching, man. Except for T Will. Shout out T Will if you're watching this.
What's up, everyone? You guys ready for a rocket launch? We kick things off with a little bit of science, making some clouds, a bit of fire breathing. I'm a dragon! And even took some questions from the crowd, like this first question about how all this compares to the Mars rover landing.
Honestly, like, I haven't felt this feeling for about a decade.
7 years of my life and career come down to about 7 minutes.
It's just this feeling of nervous anticipation, but there's like nothing I can do.
I'm gonna warn you people, if I get emotional on camera in this might be one of the videos that triggers it, because dude, I am super weird about, like, I think I'm very empathetic. I have no idea why, I don't know what triggers it and when it triggers, because sometimes I'm like, yo, fuck that, like I don't care, and sometimes I like literally cry over like bullshit. And this is the type of stuff, like, when I watch people go through something that means so much to them, I don't even know them, and it could make me tear up. So don't be surprised.
Out of our hands, right?
Touchdown confirmed.
Everything in life is a dice roll, but you just have to stack the
Other
dice.
people crying makes me literally weep like a baby.
Welcome to the SatGus official launch party. So we're gonna have a very fun re-entry for stage 1, and we all get to feel a sonic boom. You'll hear it, you'll feel it. There will be no mistaking when it happens.
SatGus
That's
is
so
heading out
cool.
into a sun-synchronous orbit.
What the f- I wanna be there, bro.
Spice satellites have. Doesn't like when I say that. Oh, there she is.
So this is a live shot of the actual Falcon 9 rocket with SatGus on top.
SatGus is in there, you guys.
This thing's actually huge. It's about 22 stories tall.
We're sending a building to
Oh my
space
God.
today.
Yeah.
We got less than a minute out. This is like 3 years of blood, sweat, tears, hard work for me and my team, and there's a lot on the line here. Whew. Okay, here we go. 10,
Why is my heart racing?
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go!
Goosebumps, bro, literally. I literally have goosebumps.
SatGus is in the air, baby. It is ascending on 9 Merlin engines, propelling it into space. Look at
Dude,
that. It's glowing extremely
Bro, like this is weird. I'm gonna have to put this on the internet, but bro, I'm literally tearing up, bro. That's so weird.
You'll notice it'll start to get dimmer as the atmosphere.
It's so cool that that's such a big deal for him. Like, this is how you know I'm literally
Rumble I'm talking about.
fucked up.
That's what I live for, Mark.
Wow! That's incredible.
That's a
Whoa, dude, that is the dopest shit I've ever seen.
Just fighting gravity.
How the fuck are humans doing that? Dude, I saw a conspiracy actually, and I want y'all to think about this. I'm just gonna go base level on it. I saw something about pretty much like the reason we were able to go like move so exponentially with technology in the past like 150 years, I would say, even the last 60 years, is that we secretly found like alien tech, and we've been like trying to hide it and like basically make the public seem like we were the ones that came up with it, and that's why it kind of slowly gets better and better. But like, dude, it's been literally like, dude, the charts of technology literally is going like this. Do you know what I'm saying? So I found that interesting. It was like something about alien tech, you know? Like, how are we at this level already? Like, dude, we were literally like dying from diarrhea like 180 years ago. Like, we were shitting literally out our intestines and dying. Or we would get the flu and be like, oh my god, women were dying from giving birth and shit. Babies weren't making it to 3. Like, you know what I'm saying? And now there's rockets going to space. They're aliens.
Rumble!
The 9 engines will cut off here in a second. Right there. That was main engine cut off. Now we're going to see the second stage eject, and we're going to start seeing my favorite thing in the world. It's the boost backwards. So there's second stage ignition. Now we're running on the single Merlin 1D vacuum engine. And the booster is turning around right now. It's going to light its engines again for the boost back burn. There it is. You can start to see that extra exhaust going almost the wrong way. That's the booster coming home, guys. It's probably going to be somewhere around those clouds, maybe higher. Oh, right up there. Oh, wow! Once entry burn ends, you'll be shocked at how fast it's coming down. So you can still see it.
Wow!
There we go. Look at how fast it's coming down.
Wow!
The clouds,
That
into
is
the clouds.
cruising! Wow!
So huge. Falling back.
Where does it hit?
Landing site. You can see a good smoke trail. This is easy to track now. You're gonna think like,
Oh, that's so
when's it
cool.
lighting? When's it lighting? Come on, baby. Turn on those heads.
Wow!
And it waits until the last second. There it is! Landing burn, baby. Now we're not gonna hear the sonic boom in the engine for almost another minute again. So it is about to land. You'll see on the screens it's about to touch down. It's deploying its landing legs. Right there, landing legs deployed. And right about when it touches down.
Oh my god.
Boom. So get ready. Here it comes.
Touchdown!
Yeah, baby, here comes the sonic booms!
Wait for it. Maybe science doesn't work. The Rumble!
Stage 2 is about to turn off its engine, which will officially put SatGus in orbit.
I'm in awe right now, man.
Hopefully that helps you sleep just a little bit better tonight.
That'll work. I gotta be honest with you guys, that was kind of emotional for me. Growing up,
No kidding, bro.
looking out at the stars and just like thinking about who we are and the potential of us as humans. And then, I got to work at NASA, and that was an amazing experience with the rover, but like doing your own hardware and also making it like a full circle moment with you guys. There's a lot of kids' pictures on this thing. And so kind of being that catalyst and the incredible things you guys are doing to help the world and humanity, this is a moment. This feels
Damn.
Thank you guys so much for coming out here.
This is fucking awesome, bro. Like, literally, that's all I have to say.
Awesome, can you believe it? Like, actually all worked out!
That's so impressive.
It's like a lot of work from a lot of people. I don't know, there's something about just like progress in humanity represented in that, right? And just like the power of engineering to do good. I don't know, it was overwhelming. So cool. So cool.
That was awesome. That was like cooler than I was expecting. Could you imagine if it was just fogged over?
Nominal warp insertion.
After receiving word SatGus was about 1 minute away from being pushed away from the second stage to orbit all alone, I ran over to watch it happen.
How the
You're
fuck?
next. You're next.
Let's go, SatGus.
Oh, there's something.
SatGus.
Wow.
Separation confirmed.
You're free flying.
You did your part. Now we gotta do ours.
Good luck, man.
What the hell?
Still kind of riding the adrenaline high from all that, but we've got one down now, one to go. SpaceX has done their job. Now it's up to us and our engineering
See if we're actually getting space selfies back from this thing. Now there is a silver lining to all this waiting, because now I've got the perfect chance to show you my backyard, which you might notice now isn't even on this planet. Because this year we're taking Camp Crunch Labs to space.
Shout out, Mark.
And for the biggest...
Get your bread on the show, whatever you're doing. I like that.
So with camp well on its way and milestone 1 completed, now we had to nail milestone 2, booting up a hopefully still functioning satellite and taking the first picture. On part 1 of pulling that off, and scheduling some time to shore up my confidence. So that when the big morning came, I wouldn't be terrified out of my mind.
I'm absolutely terrified out of my mind. I got my good luck peanuts. We got the team.
Thank you all for taking time to join us today. Welcome to SATCUS Mission Control.
And with the formalities out of the way, it is finally time to see if we actually had a working satellite.
This is so
What do
exciting.
we have to do to get it started?
Just say go.
Go.
We're ready for a commission.
Oh, no! Okay, so step 1, this is the boot up, right?
Yeah, this is our flight computer, and we're waiting for a sign that it is alive, and hopefully it'll be booting up soon.
Now, boot up was the first of 7 steps we need to pass in order to achieve mission success,
Jesus.
including things like unfolding the solar panels and deploying the camera. And we'd be writing this process out alongside our incredibly talented build and operation partners at Tyvak International based.
Dude, isn't it crazy to think that that thing is fucking just... Damn, it's in space right now. As I'm making this video. It's just... How is any of this real, yo? Like, if realistically think about that, it's the craziest thing that we're capable of putting something out there in the first place and then making it orbit us. But not only that, the thing that shot it up there gets to come back and land? What the fuck? That's also why, you know, the moon landing, I don't know about that shit, man.
There's 3 minutes.
1969, you say?
It should take about 5 minutes.
Why did you start with that, Ian? And by the way, for reals, it may not work, and I think it's important. We preach like failure's part of the process. It's going to be devastating. It stings, it should suck.
But then we get to try again, stoked about how much we've learned.
Should we pass around a good luck peanuts?
Oh yeah.
So there's a tradition at NASA JPL regarding peanuts. Because in the early 1960s, they had a string of 6 failed missions trying to send a satellite to the moon. But on the 7th attempt, the flight manager brought some peanuts to hand out to the team, and that mission was successful, effectively breaking the curse.
Ever since that day
Interesting.
at JPL, when they have like a launch situation like this, they bring peanuts. Of course, they don't believe in superstitions, but holy crap. We're covered.
And after what felt like an eternity,
That's a huge milestone because it's like we have a heartbeat. That's a big one.
The next thing that's going to happen is the solar array is going to unfold. Here we go.
Open that bitch up. Open that hoe up!
2 for 7. Step 3 was to deploy the high-power antennas. Without these guys, there'd be no way to upload or download any pictures, and it would be a mission failure.
Right now it's deploying the antennas.
How?
If it jams, there's no hope of fixing it.
Now at this point,
This shows now, even this is gonna sound stupid as hell, but even this little graphic that they got going on, like even designing and being able to make that alone for this machine work, to make this graphic is impressive to me. That's what's crazy. I mean, obviously there's like 100 people using 100 different minds to make SatGus, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about 100 people, I just threw that out there, but you know, there's a team of people that even the people individually are so fucking just... Ugh. I would be so annoyed being so smart.
just about halfway to being fully operational. But now came the critical moment to test the antennas with our first full contact with one of our ground stations on Earth.
We're coming up on our first ground station pass above Antarctica, so hopefully within the next 30 seconds we will see that we are communicating with the satellite. Something's not right.
Shit.
Stand by.
This was not good.
The satellite has passed by McMurdo ground station, and we did not hear from it.
Now, one of the challenging things about talking with a satellite that's moving 5 miles per second
shit.
is that as fast as it enters communication range, it then leaves it. So we only have a few minutes to make contact until it's once again out of sight, and we have to wait to try again from an entirely different ground station somewhere else on Earth. In our case,
The next ground station is Svalbard, and that will occur hopefully in the next 5 to 10 minutes.
We really got sucked out of this room.
Where are the peanuts?
Where are the peanuts? Oh, crap. Everything's going to pot. That's true, Bam. That is the sign. We did a whole campaign of $30 million to, like, not litter with, like, Team C's. And this would just be, like, a big hunk of space litter.
so while we wait, this is a great time to shout out T-Mobile and Google Pixel for being bold enough to partner with me on what could potentially be the most expensive failure of my life. T-Mobile was the perfect choice because they're the first and only US
Shout out T-Mobile. Wait, am I on T-Mobile? Hell yeah.
network. That means when you're off the grid, your phone automatically connects to satellites like a floating cell tower. No downloading apps or learning new tech.
It does do that.
just works. So if you can see the sky.
Puppy. Puppy's having a nightmare.
It definitely wasn't designed to work in space. The inherent durability of this phone meant it absolutely crushed all our testing when we exposed it to all the super harsh space environment.
Puppy's having a
Shot
nightmare.
at this.
You okay, puppy?
Come on, Sagas.
Satgas was hopefully about to come into range of the next ground station.
Oh, there it is.
Now that we had some kind of communication established,
Oh, there we go. We're on the board.
we looked at the telemetry data and realized what had happened. Instead of the satellite looking nice and relatively stable like this, it was actually tumbling much more than expected, which meant the antennas weren't getting a clear line of sight to Earth. Luckily, our partners at Tyvek had thought of this possibility, and the satellite autonomously began using its torque rods to de-spin Satgas to the point that they were able to get a more with the ground stations on Earth. However, for step 5, we needed to be totally stable to start taking pictures.
Oh no.
Yeah. The torque rods weren't enough so far to de-spin the satellite. It was not supposed to be rotating this fast. The satellite is still spinning too fast for the reaction.
What is it? What is the speed now?
Around 3 to 4 degrees
Well, that's
per
good.
second.
We're a little bit slower, especially because I'm almost all out of peanuts.
I don't even like peanuts.
It's gonna be a while longer. Still tumbling too fast. We're at just shy of 2 meters per second.
The torque rods did their job and slowed the satellite down enough so that we could activate the reaction wheels and get it to a perfect stop.
Ah, so it literally, okay. I see.
Let's go!
We had made it this far, and now it was time for the final 2 steps. Could we deploy
These motherfuckers are nervous, just like me.
camera and screen to start taking pictures?
Oh, yes! Yes!
We have confirmation of camera deployment.
That's a picture from space!
And now that the camera deployed, this means we had an actual live video feed in space for what would hopefully be a successful final step with the deployment of the screen.
We're looking at a video feed right now from the camera on Satgas, and we should see the display deploying.
Oh my god, bro, no way. Look at that.
At that point, there's only one thing left to do.
Alright, the first ever selfie from space!
No way. Holy shit.
I've been a big dreamer for as long as I can remember. So as a fist bump to all the other big dreamers out there who will one day do way more important things than I've ever done, I'm happy to declare that from today forward, taking a space selfie with Fat Gus is officially free forever to anyone on this incredible planet of ours.
SpaceSelfie.com, bro. Alright, he got another plug for his little show. That video was fucking amazing. Leave a like on that. Go check out Mark. If you haven't checked out Mark, I don't know what you're doing, bro. He's got plenty of cool videos like that. Plenty of cool videos. Oh shit, oh, there's a little preview. I already finished editing that video. To be honest, the best part of the video is where the brilliant engineer Mark Rober needs to ask Siri to divide 76 by 12 for him. Makes me feel better. Yes, that's so true. I wouldn't fucking know. I think I'm 72 inches. I think that's 6 foot exact. I don't know, some shit like that. That doesn't matter anyway. Leave a like if you want me to see more of these and react to more of these. I will. Mark Rober's cool. That's all I want to know.